Where bro ain't show up at? In the finale? Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, let me put that chat right there for full cam. Alright, you can see that. Ooh. I'm live. Alright, we're good, we're good. Boy, I love that jazz, boy.
His girlfriend was thinking that he was cheating on her. So
hold on, Gideon, boy, you out here tripping, man. Let a black brother pause, know what I'm saying, my stuff. What's going on with you, Shadow? Where my chat? Hold on. There we go. Gideon out here tripping. Ever use AI to enhance your thought? Yes, absolutely. Chat GPT, PixArt. PixArt is free. I still got PixArt up right now. Let me see. Well, I had it. Hold on. I still got it. This right here. Boom. AI enhance right there. Don't click apply though if you use it. You click apply, then what's gonna want you to pay for it. Boom. Don't do that, dumbass. Don't do that. Just, you know what I'm saying, take out that snipping tool. Take that picture back, right back over. Come on, man. They got some free ones, but it's limited, bro. It's limited. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta finesse it. Where's my link? Oh, all this stuff is fake. Hold on. I said fake. YouTube Shorts. Alright. Gideon done exposed this little white pedophile TikToker. First time I did it though, they changed how I look. Yeah, bro, you gotta be careful now. That's why I just enhanced on the background.
This man was on Telegram buying CP. Which package are you interested in, and what's your budget? He said CP $25 max. His girlfriend saw videos of babies being brutalized.
Did you rate those videos of 12 girls?
I guess my hand was on my like the whole time. I'm just going through everything.
I don't know if anyone feels the same way, but I think that everyone involved is a clown.
His boyfriends are defending him. It's gonna be hard to mog your way.
You can't defend you can't defend someone watching a baby getting abused. Kids getting abused.
Way out of this.
You gotta drop that friend off. Let me turn it down.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? So, it has been a crazy 48 hours. Your boy has just caught a huge looks-maxing YouTuber by the name of Hollow. It's sad when I go over what he did. You're gonna be like, why is he gaining followers? But he's at 347,000 followers right now. But let me tell you guys what he did. So he's a looks maxer, right? So he's kind of like clavicular in all of them, where they're doing all this stuff, like they optimize your looks and whatnot, yada yada yada. But now let's go over everything, okay? So this is
Summer's watching.
Hollow, he has a girlfriend.
You seen a clip of Gideon catching this? I think Gideon working with the white who caught DP, but I remember hearing that. Yeah, he is. Well, I don't know if he is. He said something sketchy.
Right? And his girlfriend was
a while ago.
Thinking that he was cheating on her. So she goes through his phone. And in all honesty, it's sad to say, but it actually would have been better if he had just been cheating on her. But when she goes over his phone, she finds the worst possible thing. This man was on Telegram buying CSAM, child sexual abuse material, or you guys might know it as called CP. Not only was he buying it, but he was bargaining. Like he was bartering. Like he was like, yo, let me get it for 25. Like literally at one of the things, so you're gonna be seeing people in my chat saying 25 max. And one of the screenshots,
well, I thought something was wrong with my screen just now.
He was like, I'm selling it for like $50. And this man Hollow was like 25 max. And now it's become a meme. It became so much of a meme that this donut, this is what really made me want to go after him, is this donut freaking 5x5. He's making memes about it.
I don't even know what that means.
About it himself. Absolutely disgusting behavior.
Jail cell.
Subhuman activity, man. And
what is that?
The whole reason why he's trying to do it like this is because he wants to water this down. He wants to make the situation not seem like it's that big of a deal. He was also going around spreading false information. This man and his fans, let me show you guys this real quick. This was his girlfriend, now his ex-girlfriend. This is one of the videos that she had posted. So he posted saying, No stress. There's always two sides to a story. This is Hollow talking. Coincident that she's overly pushing, trying to get this out on social media after us separating. Easiest way to spread misleading information is online. Therefore, I will release with a video on my behalf. With time, the truth will reveal itself. So he's over here alluding to the fact that she was lying on him, that she wasn't telling the truth and everything, that this is all fake. And this right here is this is a phone call where he was calling her crying, right? I heard the full phone call. She hasn't released the full thing, but this man was in here crying.
Release that. I'm trying to hear that.
Him. He knows how messed up he is and stuff like that. So first, I'm gonna show you guys the first evidence before we really get into it, right? So before we even continue, so YouTube's not on my ass and say, because you have to show police presence. YouTube, this is us at the police station making a report. This is an officer right here. This was in Sarasota, Florida. This is us at the police station making another police report. So
hey, makeup is something serious though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out here looking at this. This not the same woman from that TikTok profile, bro. TikTok account. It's not. Bro, this a vampire or something, bro. I'm telling you.
Here, I'm gonna just play this.
She out here shape-shifting.
So YouTube can get off my ass.
All right, chat. Who am I here with today? And where are we right now?
I'm not tripping either.
You are whose ex? All right, so
Her jaw strong.
Chat, that is the police officer back there, right? And this is the county sheriff's office, Sarasota's sheriff's office. All right.
And you are whose ex? All right, so y'all, everything was real. I just put that in my Discord to meet him. We just got done talking to him. We admitted to everything, and it's even worse than we thought. So everything's given over to police. They're doing a thorough investigation of this, and we should be seeing some charges soon. But it's all legit. No hate to all legit. She did everything. She even went to cops first, so she did everything right, man. So no hate to her. She's doing the right thing. Get mobbed.
Shout out Alex, man. Now let's continue. So she outs him. This man, Hollow, to protect his career, was out here pretty much insinuating that she's lying, that she's putting this out there because they broke up. The reason why they broke up was because she saw the stuff that he liked to buy. Now, this is an exclusive. This is just one of the Telegram messages
bro want to say this
that
fake.
he was talking to. Just one. This is just one of the Telegram messages that he was talking to. All right, chat? So let's go over this. So, as you guys can see first, he messaged first. He said, hi. This is what the trader said. CP, teens, and all group links available. Which package are you interested and what's your budget? He said CP, $25 max. So that's where the meme comes from, y'all. That's where the meme comes from. But there's more.
What meme?
There's way more other, like, stuff that I can't even have on my freaking computer and stuff that I'm not going to show you guys. But this is the PG version, okay? So let's continue. I get a quality CP mega link with large good files of 2500 HD vid files. Okay, cool. How would you like payment?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We already seen this last night. If I just want to see the footage of him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All the extra yapping, I don't care about none of that, man.
We will be releasing soon. But first thing first is...
Don't piss me off. Hold on.
We're going to get into our interview with him because we had a long interview with him, 2+ hours that we will be releasing soon. But
you ain't even dropped the vid. What am I looking at then? It's not the vid. The boy ain't dropped the vid. This ain't it. You out here, boy. Hey, you boy. Hold on. Only reason I'm disliked, bro. He ain't even dropped the vid, bro. I'm over here thinking, oh yeah, we get to see him get arrested. This ain't it. But hey, I want to kick Gideon in his throat. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You ain't finna be doing none of this dumb mess. That's stupid. That's so stupid. When the Avatar movie gonna drop for real too, so I can drop my reaction. I need to drop my reaction to it. I'm telling you. I got like 2 more vids in October. I'm gonna watch it then too. Hold on. Let me see. Kids don't watch cartoons no more. Another vid to watch, you know what I'm saying? Got like 1 more in the vault. Then Daredevil. I need to watch From too. Get my shorts on From. Yeah. Kids don't watch cartoons anymore. Been saying it. There's a little interview. Little white kid. He said he don't even know what cartoons are. Y'all are growing up in a bad time, boy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I grew up with all this. When I was watching Arthur as a kid, my grandparents didn't have Wi-Fi. So PBS Kids, it was either PBS Kids or the news. You love Arthur? Me too. It was either PBS Kids or the news or going outside. Not gonna lie. Digging in dirt, catching frogs. Yeah, that was it.
Cartoons and TV shows that raised us are
Oh, that's kind of
gone.
low.
I'm not just saying that because we're older, but the era in which Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and Cartoon Network dominated kids' TV screens is no longer. And it's essentially been replaced by streaming services and streamers. And it's just a lot different than how we were growing up. And look, I know we're older, I know we're
Streamers cannot replace TV or cartoons back in the day. I will say that. Well, you know how many good shows we had back then? That's the problem too. Y'all scared to make new shows. Y'all are soft. Y'all are scary. That's the problem.
not watching kids' TV anymore, but the idea of traditional TV is actually dying. You know, the days in which you would sit down on your couch, look through the TV guide, and just find whatever was on, that isn't really a thing anymore that kids do, because now all the media is right in front of their face. You can look it up on YouTube, you can go on streaming services, you can look it up on your iPad. But the idea of kids not being able to consume media 24/7 is declining. And because traditional TV is dying, so are the experiences of it. I mean, think about something as simple as Saturday morning cartoons.
Goated. Hold on. And I don't know nobody up in here for real besides, know what I'm saying, this. Yeah, that's it.
Those were one of the most peak things of my childhood. You roll out of bed, you go eat breakfast, you sit in front of the TV, and you watch your favorite cartoons or TV shows. Or even something like waiting all week for an episode of your favorite TV.
Not gonna lie, if they don't know what show to make, they should just put reruns of old shows. They should, but well, hey. No, what happened with old cartoons and stuff? They started upping the price on like Dish Network, Direct TV. I don't know what y'all got on cable. They started upping the price on all that, boy. That's the problem too.
Show to drop. Like, you know, the episode's gonna come out Friday as soon as you get home from school, so you're anticipating it all week. You're so excited. You're talking about it with your friends.
That's how it was with Gravity Falls. When Gravity Falls dropped, Gravity Falls dropped, I was right there watching it.
And then when
F1.
you get home on Friday, you sit down in front of the TV and you watch it. And those two experiences, they built our childhood. So today we're going to take a trip down memory lane and look back at how it was watching TV and the different experiences of our childhood and kind of compare it to what kids experience now. Alright, so first, let me just paint the picture and rewind back to a Saturday morning when we were growing up, because there was no better feeling than Saturday morning cartoons. So you can just close your eyes and picture this. It's a Saturday morning, you wake up around 8:30 or 9, you roll out of bed, you're still in your pajamas, and you go into the kitchen to find
Yeah, man, I had some little dino ones back in the day too, but yeah.
find yourself some breakfast. You grab
You grew out them pajamas quick. The matching set pajamas, we all done grew out them things dumb quick.
a bowl, and then you find your favorite cereal. Maybe it's Cookie Crisp, maybe it's Cocoa Puffs, maybe it's Fruit Loops, or even Lucky Charms. You
Well, hey, you garbage. You ain't even say no cornflakes. Man, like I said, country. I was waking up early, cornflakes, going outside, know what I'm saying, watching TV, PBS Kids. Boy, this man ain't even say no cornflakes. I'm a country brother. Cornflakes, Frosted Flakes, yeah.
place your bowl on the table, you fill
A pin on Honey Nut Cheerios, goated too. Goated. Mind you, I don't like none of that sweet stuff for real.
it up all the way.
Like, what's the ones with the Flintstones on it? That's good, but boy, that's too much. Like Lucky Charms, that's too sweet. And I don't like the texture. It's too soft.
with their cereal, and you grab the milk from the fridge, you dump it in your bowl, and then you find a nice blanket and you sit in front of the TV. And as you're sitting in front of the TV, you wrap yourself in the blanket, you find the TV remote, and you just start looking
wrestling
through the
blanket.
channel. Maybe you're going on Cartoon Network for a blanket, you find the TV remote, and you just start looking.
Oh, you had this. Okay. $2.91. Okay. Hey, mine's was, you know what I'm saying? Hey, 36. It's like 36. It depends on where you was too. I'm not gonna lie. At certain places, Cartoon Network, like 50, 51, 52. One of them, Nick was like 49, 48. And then at my crib, it was like 36. 36 like 39. Yeah.
through the channel. Maybe you're going on Cartoon Network first, or Disney Channel, or looking at Nickelodeon, but you're trying to find one of your favorite TV shows. And once you find your show, you sit down and you watch and enjoy. The house is calm, you're relaxed, and you're just enjoying yourself. That experience is something that we all shared. And
Watch
you
this
could
slow
watch
Tara.
these shows for hours and hours, getting up in between commercial breaks, knowing you have about 3 or 4 minutes to put your food away or get another bowl,
Wash
whatever it may
dishes.
be, but you knew the timing of these Saturday mornings like it was clockwork. But now I'm going to paint a different picture from our childhood.
What's going on with
Close
you?
your eyes and think back to when you were a kid and you were watching your favorite show. Maybe it was regular show,
Yeah.
or SpongeBob, or the
Goated.
Fairly Odd Parents, or
Got it. And even the crossover, boy.
Phineas and Ferb, whatever it
Good
may
too.
be. But think back to when a new episode was premiering, because everyone knew that a new episode will come out on Fridays, and that feeling of anticipation for the week was like no other, because new episodes came out on Friday, and the
I appreciate you.
anticipation
Thank
leading
you.
up to that day was insane. You and your friends would be at school talking about what the new episode could be about, or what the
That's how it was with wrestling too. Wrestling drop, boy. Well, everybody was watching wrestling back then. You finna sub? I appreciate it.
last episode was. Maybe there was a
Thank you.
cliffhanger, maybe there was a new character introduced, but the anticipation that followed from every Friday to Friday was such a fun time to experience. But I want you to just think about the shows that we had. We had shows on Nickelodeon like SpongeBob and the Fairly Odd Parents. You had Disney Channel like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Wizards of Waverly Place to Kim Possible, and then on Cartoon Network you had Ben 10, Regular Show, Adventure Time, The Amazing World of Gumball.
Whoa, 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 hey. Oh, hold on. I'm skipping too far too. Amazing World of Gumball. You gonna put that up in the mix? It's not a bad show. If it's on the TV, I was watching it. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? If it's on TV, I was gonna watch it. But you could have named something like what's the one with the monkey? The monkey and the little white kid, boy. That one. AWOL Comp. Who's that? That's the YouTuber I'm watching? I don't know what you talking about, boss. What is that? But y'all know what I'm talking about? My gym partner's a monkey. Bow. Goated. I was waking up to that. You know what I'm saying? Camp Laszlo. You could have named some real goated cartoons back in there. You named Amazing World of Gumball? We went to school talking about Camp Laszlo. I'm tripping. But Camp Laszlo was goated. You know what I'm saying? Boom, go to school, talk about that. There was another one with a squirrel.
Channel like the Sweet
Little
Life of
squirrel in a little neighborhood too. That was good too.
Zack
It was
and
short,
Cody,
like
Wizards
one
of
season.
Waverly Place to Kim Possible, and then on Cartoon Network you had Ben 10, Regular Show, Adventure Time, The Amazing
Yeah, I'm a
World of
chill
Gumball.
brother.
These were such elite shows that had millions of kids watching every single week.
Amazing World of Gumball is elite. I'm gonna have to dislike this video. I'm not gonna lie.
And something very underappreciated about this era is that we would only get one
It was. What did I think of Johnny Test? I loved it. I did not watch the remake. I would never watch that. When they start remaking shows, I'm not finna watch that. But I was watching that like 3 weeks ago on Netflix again.
new episode every single week. So we had to learn how to be patient. We had to learn how to occupy our minds with something else, even though everybody inside was dying just to see what the new episode was. You'd be counting down the days, theorizing about what could happen, and that experience, think about it, it's something that a lot of kids don't experience now. But I really want to compare.
Kids don't experience going outside, like going up the street and going to your friend's crib to hoop outside. That's how, going outside to hoop with your friends and y'all went to the same school together. You know what I'm saying? Go outside and riding a bike with your neighborhood people. Boy, people don't know about that, man. Y'all boys, these kids nowadays missing out. Y'all got too much tech.
Compare and contrast what our childhood was versus what it's like for kids nowadays, because the difference is starker than you think. Because now with streamers and streaming services, they don't have to wait until it's just a Saturday morning, or they don't have to wait for the one new episode a week, because a lot of their content is at their hands 24/7. They can look it up on YouTube or on some streaming site, or they can watch a streamer who does a live stream every single day for 4 or 5 hours. And here's another thing about the TV shows that raised us. Every single episode had a lesson for us to learn. And I know this may be something that you don't really care about, but think about
Appreciate
it. When
you,
you're
Why?
growing up, the media you consume is super important. And whether or not you realize that every episode of SpongeBob, Ben 10, Amazing World of Gumball, there was always some lesson that you were being taught. Maybe it was to share, maybe it was to be honest, or have...
Hey, watching Avatar, I know what my lesson was. You know what I'm saying? Soccer. Hey, woman, what you out here doing all this hard work for? Go make me a sandwich. Hey, that's the lesson. Boy, hey, he was teaching me as a kid what it was, man.
integrity, but you learn something.
Talking about-
But then compared to what kids are watching nowadays, a lot of the streamers they watch, or the content creators, some of their content isn't great for kids. They're doing disrespectful
Soccer
things,
had women.
they're harassing other people, and they're just not setting good examples. And some of these content creators, they reward bad behavior. They make it seem like it's really funny to be disrespectful or cause chaos. And when you're a young kid and you see that type of content, you're gonna start.
Do I think about Big City Greens? I seen it on TV. I seen like 2 or 3 episodes, maybe even 4. But no. Yes, absolutely, boss. Bro, where you think I got all this woman talk from? I seen a lot of that. Back when I was a kid, a lot of it. Like, hey, woman, what you doing? Like, people on cartoons and stuff talking like that? In TV shows, boy, yeah. You think I'm tripping? I'm telling you, them boys used to talk like that 24/7. Especially back in the day. But Big City Greens garbage. Gravity Falls is goated.
Believe the same thing. And I feel like you can see the effect that it has on kids.
But I am a feminist. Know what I'm saying? Women can do anything a man can do. That includes hard work, lifting up hard, heavy pallets at work. You can lift them up too. Women can also be the presidents. I take that back. Y'all too emotional.
Because whether or not you realized it, the lessons we learned in our childhood TV shows, they actually did shape us as people. It taught us to be honest and how to share and how to just be a good person. But some kids nowadays are watching content that's leading them down a dangerous path. Because I don't think it's a good thing for impressionable kids to be watching these creators who just go out and harass people, or the ones who do pranks that are really just disrespectful.
Who is that?
People. But then another point, think about how our childhood was with TV shows. We knew that each episode was going to be about 22 minutes, and you have the intro, and then you have commercial breaks for about 2 or 3 minutes, then the rest of the episode for about 10 or 11 minutes, then more commercials, then you'd have, maybe 6 or 7 minutes of an episode, then commercials, and then finally the episode would end. And that pacing of the episode, it taught us structure, but it also taught us patience, because we knew we could.
You watching the show too much, man. 10 times of watching Gravity Falls. You gotta do better. The show ain't even that good for you to be watching it 10 times. Not gonna lie to you, 10, and you counted them too. Come on, man. Now, if you said SpongeBob, alright, that's SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? That's good TV.
Just keep
Great
watching
TV.
Continuously. There were going to be advertisements, there were going to be commercials, and that gave our brain a break. But once again, we fast forward to
ATLA? You talking about Atlanta? What is that? And Boondocks. Boondocks is good.
today, and kids can consume media 24/7. They can pay to
Oh,
watch
Avatar.
without ads. They can skip to the next episode.
I'm out here tripping, boy. Hey, I have rewatched Avatar like 6 times.
They
So-
can rewind, fast forward. There's nothing that's stopping
And
them
get hyped every single time, too.
from being impatient. But with all the points I've just made, some people might ask, how did we get here? And the answer is nuanced, but a simple answer, it's from the rise of streaming and content creators. Because Netflix and Disney Plus have dominated what traditional TV used to be. Because with the rise of Netflix and Disney Plus, traditional TV has disintegrated. Because these streaming services
Not the latest season. You prefer Legend of Korra over... You are tripping. Oh my gosh, False. What you said just now, boy, hey, you should get smited for saying something that disrespectful. What is wrong with you? You're banned. I don't tolerate no disrespect, and you disrespecting my goat. As soon as this vid over, you're done. You tripping, boy. What was I finna say? Hold on, let me see.
Because with the rise of Netflix and Disney Plus,
When Disney Plus came out too, I got it soon as it came out. Disney Plus was garbage. I don't know what they got on there now. But when it first came out, boy, it was terrible.
traditional TV has
Them
disintegrated.
boys ain't have nothing.
Because these streaming services allowed for access to this content 24/7, which was such a big difference from traditional TV. Because before, you couldn't just watch your favorite cartoon whenever you wanted. You had to see when it was playing, when the schedule was on the TV, look at the guide. But now, you can just go on Hulu, go on Netflix, go on Disney Plus, and watch your favorite show. And because of that, it kind of killed the routine of traditional TV. It killed the buzz of Saturday morning excitement. It killed the anticipation of waiting for a new episode every single Friday. And because streaming services took over, you saw the adjustment that had to be made from these networks. Cartoon Network shifted, Disney Channel shifted, Nickelodeon shifted. They're not producing the same content they once did, but they also don't have the resources or the
We'll
audience
see you later,
they
bro.
once did also. And along with streaming services, you had content creators who found out that they can make a lot of money by doing really stupid things. And let me say this, not all content creators are bad. I'm a content creator myself. But the thing is,
You're a
when
good
we
one
start
too. I
rewarding
like his
bad
commentary.
behavior, and especially when it comes to younger streamers who just do really stupid things, little kids are their primary audience, and that sets such a bad influence on them. But then also you have YouTube, and YouTube's a great thing, but YouTube is not what it was when we were growing up, because there's so much content now, there's so much media, there's such an
Boy, my YouTube back then was a black man trolling in Call of Duty. And Cash Nasty cussing on 2K and getting drunk on stream. I was on Twitch a lot as a kid too, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, my YouTube was goated back then.
influx of what kids can access, and that's just added to the problem that has caused traditional TV to decline. So with all that being said, I'm not saying everything was perfect when we were kids. I'm not saying that we were better than the kids today, and
I'm saying that. I'm gonna say it. What you talking about? Me growing up with a strict TV schedule like that, opening up the guide, know what I'm saying? Channel 36, Nick 39, 51, Cartoon Network 50, whatever. Know what I'm saying? That made me a better man. Going outside, know what I'm saying? Up the road, hooping, riding the bikes around the neighborhood with other kids. Made me a better kid. It did. These kids nowadays, they can't do none of that dumb mess. That good mess. That's fun times right there. Y'all kids nowadays, boom. TikToks. Hey, soon as they wake up in the morning, TikTok stroll 4-5 hours, man. Go in the kitchen, get something to eat. Y'all boys just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? And the parents, y'all don't do nothing either. You know what I'm saying? Start beating your kids. Let your kids go outside and get the switch. You love watching TV, man, simpler times? It was. And guess what? It was simpler times because we did not have any bills. We're grown now. We have bills to pay. We have a job to work. Of course it's going to be simpler times. Go to school, get off, watch TV, go play some sports and hop on a game. Know what I'm saying? Oh, very simple times. Come on, man. Used to watch H2O. Ooh. I mean, I've seen a couple of his vids. I don't know who HTO. It took me a minute. Great sus. Boy, it took me a minute, boy.
I'm trying to be like the meme where it's like old man yells at clouds, because I'm not trying to be that guy. But I want to make the point that traditional TV has died, and I think it's had negative consequences on kids. Because watching TV, it did teach us life lessons. It did teach us how to be patient. It built excitement, it built anticipation, and there was just a different energy about it versus what it is today. The storytelling was better. I feel like people actually cared for what was being produced, and when you compare it to what kids are watching nowadays, it's just kind of sad to see that what we grew up on doesn't really exist anymore.
Man, kids today watching TikTokers. They're not watching real hoopers like me. You know what I'm saying? Real men that can just imagine me leading the youth. People might put me up there with Andrew Tate then. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might just go ahead and get some stuff off then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That might be too much. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't do it. Alright, Gideon vid was a dud. That was good. Hold on. I did have one more. Ooh, that's Swamp Stories. That's a 39-minute thug vid. Am I finna watch that? Yep, because it's finna go up on the channel. Yep, I think it's the last one for right now. Until I go back to the gaming homepage. My gaming homepage is gone. Ooh. Matter of fact, let me go back over there. There's another one. Like, why they don't make dark animation no more? That's on the homepage too. And I clicked out of it. Y'all see that? Remove. It hurts me every day. And I just gotta stay signed in because that's my email. Oh, I ain't even changed my title. Oh, there we go. There we go. Boom. Straight like that. We watching this one now. Whenever I end stream, I'm gonna watch the thug vid. You know what I'm saying? Animate that. React to it. Yeah. After this, we watching Daredevil. What was I finna do? Hold on. I'm blanking. My YouTube title. Hold on. Gracious. I'm a BW sad when you... What? I'm a be sad when you end stream, not gonna lie. Bro, I be on Twitch. I be on Twitch and Kick. I'm pretty sure I'm just live on Twitch right now too. Ooh. All right, there we go. Boom. You watching finale for Daredevil? Is it the finale? That's the finale? Then yeah, you don't have Twitch or Kick. Download Twitch. Download that thing, man. You out here tripping. I'm telling you. All right, straight into it, man. Why Hollywood is terrified of dark animation. Pause. I said this like last time I was streaming too. We need some more dark movies, boy. I've been saying this for a long time.
This futile mission, Moses.
That was no accident.
A baby?
Now, you're going to stay here forever.
Why did these
Hey, I was a scary kid. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a scary man now. That could have got me. It could have. I would have pissed myself.
movies
As a kid.
disappeared? Cast your eyes over the last few years of Hollywood animation. Hoppers, Wish, Elio, Elemental, Goat, every single one of them a family.
Hey, is Soul a dark movie? I ain't even watch Soul, but Coraline gave me nightmares as a kid. I don't like. Hold on, Coraline. That's that animation style I don't like, right? Let me see. Hold on, images. Let me see. If Coraline is like the Nightmare of Christmas or something like that, it is. It's kind of like it, yeah. I don't like animation like that. Nope. I'm not watching that dumbass.
Cast your eyes over the last few years of Hollywood animation. Hoppers,
I can't stand
Wish,
that.
Elio, Elemental, Goat, every single one of them a family movie, a comedy.
Ain't Goat on
lacking any
Netflix?
real maturity. How long has it been since we've gotten a movie like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or The Prince of Egypt for that matter? Dark and mature animation has all but disappeared
I don't even know what that is. None of them.
from major Hollywood studios. And I think we all feel it. That sense that animation used to hit different, used to take more tonal risks. That change wasn't because of one decision though.
I seen
It
that.
was death by 1,000 safe choices made over decades by studios that forgot what the medium is actually capable of. But how did we get here? And is there a way back? Or will anime and indie animation just continue to grow in popularity to the detriment of legacy studios? Honestly, the answer is way more complicated and frustrated than I thought it would be. So there's
This man good though. Like, let's be honest. Hold on, boy. Hold on. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this man is good. Hey, boy. Pause. Ain't no pause. You setting up the vibe, right? Well, I like that.
There's this scene in The Hunchback of Notre Dame where Frollo, a supposed man of God, sings about his lust for a woman and how if she won't be his, he'll see her burn. It's one of the darkest villains, having
sus.
one of the most
man's a
psychologically
demon.
complex moments in cinema. Not just animation, all of cinema. A Disney movie that was rated G for all ages, released in 1996, exploring obsessive lust, religion,
What song is this? I might have to get back into my little movie reaction bag, huh? Know what I'm saying? Hey, put me on, boss. Know what I'm saying? You know me. Late night. Hellfire.
guilt, and the capacity for evil in people who believe they're righteous. That was a kids movie. A kids movie that made more than Hercules, The Little Mermaid,
Goated.
and Mulan. Yet
Goated.
For some nonsensical reason, studios decided
We ain't never got no live action Mulan. We didn't. Man, you can't tell me, bro. Brenda song back then. You tell me, boy. We got a Wendy Wu. Boy, she would have. We did. When? I'm not tapped into nothing.
not to make anything like it again. I'll get to exactly why later in the video, but first we have to turn back the clock, because the history of dark animation is wild and was way more
Bro, I might be tripping
common
for real.
than you probably realize. because animation's first few decades weren't always a safe, childish space. Disney's earlier movies went to places modern studios wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I haven't watched Bambi in a long time, but when I rewatched the scene where Bambi's mother gets shot, it surprised me how insanely dark and somber it is. Pinocchio is also disturbingly dark, especially when the kids start turning into donkeys. The Fox and the Hound is heartbreaking with how best friends get turned into enemies. Dumbo is also pretty dark in some scenes. And then there's The Black Cauldron, a movie that got released in 1985. Disney's most ambitious, darkest film of all time, arguably, with one of the scariest villain designs in all of Disney history. Genuine horror and disturbing scenes. It was the first Disney movie to be rated PG instead of G, and could have even been given an R rating had they not cut around 15 minutes worth of intense scenes. It cost $44 million to make, the most expensive animated movie ever made up to that point, yet it completely flopped, making only $21 million. It failed despite being
movie places, well, theaters, bro. They should start dropping these movies back in theaters, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. They should. Why not? Give me a little trailer up in my little city or something. Oh, we airing this in my city. Well, let me know. I'm gonna watch it.
one of the most interesting Disney movies artistically and stylistically, because the story just fell flat, but that failure planted a seed of fear in Hollywood that never fully died. But here's what most people don't talk about. 6 years before The Black Cauldron even released, someone inside Disney had already seen this coming. Don Bluth was one of Disney's most talented animators, but in 1979 he walked out of the studio, taking 11 colleagues with him because he believed Disney had lost its creative soul and had become too corporately calcified. He wasn't wrong. Disney struggled for like a whole decade after that, yet Don Bluth made some of the most respected animated movies of the time. The Secret of NIMH, An American Tail, The Land Before Time.
That's some golden movies.
Movies with adult level storytelling that didn't talk down to their audience and had some brutal sequences and scenes. Bluth proved repeatedly that the audience for more mature and dark animation existed. Moving forward to the 90s, The Hunchback of Notre Dame wasn't the only dark Hollywood animated movie. DreamWorks came out of nowhere with an absolute gem in The Prince of Egypt. For 1998, it was a pretty rare movie, a mainstream animated movie that took its subject matter with complete seriousness. Depicting the plagues, the drowning of an army, the river of blood, two brothers becoming enemies. The movie is as adult as they get, the way it depicts moral weight and impossible choices, the brutality of the 10 plagues, and it's animated. Plus it made a ton of money, grossing more than $200 million on a budget of 70. Genuinely blows my mind. Like, where are the movies like that today?
They don't care about stuff like that no more.
The same studio that 3 years later would make a 180 with Shrek, which would become the template for a totally different kind of animated movie. Tim Burton also deserves a shout out. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, you bum! Oh, it's you! That's that bum name. Tim Burton, I can't stand your animation style, boy. Hey, still to this day at 25, I don't like your animation style. I don't like it at all. That little Christmas thing, boy, that little fat one opened his chest up and worms came out as a kid, mind you. I didn't pick up worms as a kid, I did. But just seeing all them bugs and worms come out that boy's chest when he opened it up as a kid, it messed me up. It made me hate the style. It did.
Corpse Bride are both dark, gothic, weird, and both were box office hits. They proved that you could build an entire visual and tonal world around darkness and people would love it. And then there's Laika, the only big Hollywood studio making darker animated movies more recently that are successful. Coraline and Kubo and the Two Strings being the standouts. Movies that have consistently been willing to go to genuinely dark places. Coraline is one of the most frightening movies made for children in the last 20 years. Not frightening in the jump scare way, although it's got some good jump scares.
Sound like I might react to this too, know what I'm saying? Put me on.
More so terrifying in the psychological and creepy way. Although Kubo was less successful, Coraline was super successful, and those types of movies have the potential to do so well with today's audience. So clearly darker, more mature animation has worked countless times. Yet when you
we all done got traumatized. Coraline done got you.
actually look at what Hollywood's biggest studios have been putting out recently, it's worse than you probably think. I mean, look at the last 3 years alone. Sequels, safe originals with maximum family appeal. Wish was so aggressively inoffensive that it became one of the most irrelevant Disney movies almost immediately. Elio was god-awfully
I ain't hear about none of this. And that's crazy work. I think we seen... I saw this little bum on the thumbnail.
original. Yes, of course there are exceptions like The Wild Robot, but they're few and
Never
far
seen it.
between. Just look at the last few months. Hoppers and Goat are both family-friendly comedic movies from two of the biggest Hollywood studios. All major Hollywood studios can put out is the same type of shit, and it's exhausting. Yeah, of course, I could just watch animation from other studios and other countries, yes. But at the end of the day, these are some of the biggest studios with some of the biggest budgets and legacies.
I wish I knew like studio names for real, boy. I'll go down the list watching movies.
Can you imagine what they could do if they gave us more mature storytelling, darker movies, a bit of variety tonally? It's frustrating to not get more Prince of Egypt type
He do? Hey, good for him. I was planning on watching that too.
movies, to get zero risk. And the thing
That's
is,
my boy.
these studios risk becoming obsolete because the audience for mature, emotionally complex, dark animation is not small or niche, and the ultra-safe, broad appeal entertainment with no originality gets old real quick. The irony
We need
is
that dark
it doesn't
mess.
even make business sense. Because if you just look at what people are actually watching, the demand for exactly what these studios refuse to make has never been more obvious. It's embarrassing for Hollywood execs because people are simply tuning in elsewhere to get the type of animation they want in obvious places, but also in not so obvious places. Spider-Verse, for example.
Hold
has
on.
been a huge-
Remember Jungle Book? Hold on. Am I tripping? What is that? Jungle Book. Yeah, I seen this. We all done seen that. Yeah, we all done seen this. Boss, you better say you did too.
Huge
Don't piss me off.
revolution for animation, not just visually, which a lot of people have talked about, but tonally too. Although they are still family friendly for the most part, they're significantly more mature and unique than the other movies we're getting, especially across the Spider-Verse, which pushes further into dark storytelling. Miles' conflict, Miguel's entire character, the Spot's evolution, the final 20 minutes of the movie is anxiety-inducing in a way that I haven't seen in a modern Hollywood animated movie in a long time. That movie didn't come across tonally as a movie for kids, but rather teens and young adults, which is already a step forward in the right direction. The indie animation space is also filling that gap, which is quietly having its most exciting moment in years. There's a reason shows like The Amazing Digital Circus have hundreds of millions of views.
People, I was just saying this last night. Before I went to sleep on stream. You know what I'm saying? But people form this. I see so many people react to this dumb mess, and someone's like, oh, they're singing in it. You might not like it. Bruh, ain't no way y'all love this. If there's a whole lot of singing in it, boy, mind you, I can't stand musicals. If this is a musical and it's too much of it, I'ma hate. People love it. I don't know why. My boy Soul Tasty, he used to go crazy on TikTok for anime. He reacts to this.
Apart
Danny
from it
Mata.
being incredibly unique, it takes risks tonally, and although it's comedic, that doesn't stop the maturity and complexity from shining through. The final episode of this YouTube animated show is going to release in cinemas. Do you realize how insane that is?
I made
As
that
of the
bad.
most recent news, it's going to be airing on more than 1,800 screens across the US, plus 51 other countries across the world. This is
What is that?
literally a monumental moment for animation. If this goes well, it opens the door for other indie animated shows to get theatrical distribution, which potentially could mean less cinema revenue for big animation studios. Anime is another obvious place where people get their fill of more mature, dark storytelling. Most of Studio Ghibli, Perfect
Hey, that was good right here, boy.
Feel-
We watched this live.
of
Not
more
that.
mature, dark storytelling.
This. We watched this right here live.
Most of Studio
This was good.
Ghibli, Perfect Blue, Akira, movies that operate
Good
at a
too.
register of emotional complexity Hollywood animated movies almost never attempt. And the Western appetite for anime has been growing every year, like we all know. Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Your Name, Devilman Crybaby, Attack on Titan. People are consuming these stories voraciously. The Boy in the Heron,
Akira. Hold on. I gotta look that
mature
up.
movie with dark tones that just came out a few years ago, did great and won the Oscar. 2 anime movies grossed nearly $1 billion worldwide last year. One of them being
You mean Akira?
R-rated. These aren't niche movies that found a cult following. Streaming platforms have
You mean like 12 eps? You mean like, that's what you mean, like a whole season?
also been cautiously pushing into darker animated territory too. Arcane and Invincible being the most significant examples, but Primal is another great example on Prime.
Hey, if a show got that Slug Terror type animation, you know what I'm saying, that Max Steel type animation, that Arcane type animation, it's fire every single time. Them boys don't miss at all.
Rain too, gorgeous, complex, and deeply unafraid of letting its characters suffer real consequences. Streaming platforms know people want these stories and they're delivering in bunches. The gap Hollywood left is being filled enthusiastically by everyone except Hollywood. Despite getting so many good dark animated movies from Hollywood in the history of animation, and there clearly being an audience.
We don't need Hollywood like that no more. I think, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it might be the wave. We don't need them boys no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, these actors, we know too much about their lives right now. We don't need them like that no more either.
Good, dark, and mature
Not all of them.
Storytelling, we've gotten none of that in the past decade. Why? Well, it's more complicated than it seems. There are three main factors that have been in play for decades, so let me explain. The first is the oldest and most obvious, something we've all heard before, that animation is for kids. But the root of this surprised me when I really looked into it.
What is that?
Just as an aside though, I feel like it would be normal for an animation fan to say, oh, no one actually believes that anymore. With all the great, mature animation that's coming out, there's no way. And I've thought that too. But I still get comments from family members that disparage animation. Even my parents sometimes assume that just because a movie is animated, it's childish. The notion that animation—
That's what my parents think. That's exactly what my parents think. Hey, my parents would not watch the Cowboy Bebop anime, but when the live action dropped, boom, guess what? They loved it. I'm telling my mama and pops, just go ahead and finish the anime, because y'all know the live action, they canceled the live action. Imagine my people reacting to the anime, then they see a man with titties. I would have got the live reaction to that. I would have recorded that. They loved it. Mind you, they loved it. But if they finished that anime, mind you, my pops is just like me. He would have talked trash about Spike. They would have saw the man. Boy, hey, y'all would have got some good content then, boy.
Is just for kids.
Nah. They might, I don't know if they'll like that.
Is still very much ingrained in older generations. I mean, even the former CEO of Disney basically implied that animation is just for children in an interview in 2022.
I always say that when fans and our audiences put their kids to bed at night after watching Pinocchio, they're probably not going to tune into another animated movie.
If he thinks that, I'm sure a lot of executives at these studios think the same damn thing.
That ain't make no sense.
It applies to animation directors inside Hollywood too, that are forced to face this conversation constantly in a way live action directors simply never do. A live action director never has to justify why their movie is too adult. An animation director has to fight that assumption constantly. They have to fight the entire industry's preconceived notions about what animation is supposed to be. But it wasn't always like that. Animation actually started as a niche adult medium.
That's what I heard.
Cartoons like Betty Boop, Popeye, and even early
Popeye, boy.
Mickey Mouse that all gained mass popularity in the 20s and 30s in the US. But
don't act like y'all boys ain't never seen no old Mickey Mouse either. Don't y'all call me old. We all done seen this.
With Disney's successes coming from their more fairy tale, kid-friendly movies like Snow White, Cinderella, Peter Pan, and also the Hays Code.
They were. You saw them black folks back then. Hooting and hollering too. Hooting and hollering. You saw the way they made our lips.
Censoring mature animation content, multiple generations were conditioned to view animation
I heard Peter Pan a pedo.
as children's entertainment. Add to that the continued success of Disney, especially in the Renaissance, and the millions of kids that sat in front of the TV with a bowl of cereal every
Hey, I heard this bum right here. Hold on, is it this one? Hey, I'm just being honest. Is it him? Is this the man that captured a woman and he kept this woman in here? This the movie with the talking pots and stuff? Yeah, she got that syndrome. Yeah, what's it called? Stockholm syndrome, something like that. She loved the person that captured her. Yeah,
weekend and watch
she's stupid.
TV cartoons like Scooby-Doo, The Flintstones,
Thank you, Stockholm. Boy, it took me a minute. What'd I say, stockholder?
Tom and Jerry, and the perception became self-reinforcing. Animation and cartoons are for kids. Decades of positioning animated movies as children's entertainment created a belief so ingrained that nobody inside the industry stops to question it anymore, which means every decision downstream of it follows automatically. In parallel, shows like The Simpsons and South Park were gaining enormous popularity.
Hold on. They still making new Simpsons episodes? Goodness gracious. If they are, our black brother need to catch up.
In the early 90s, so by the time the Renaissance was in full swing, animation could only be two things: childish family entertainment or adult raunchy comedy. That's it. Anything that didn't fit neatly into one of those two buckets was extremely hard to get greenlit. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. Money is an even bigger part of it. See, a sequel to a known property comes with a built-in audience, marketing, merchandise. An original, mature animated movie comes with risk and a metric ton of uncertainty. From a purely financial standpoint, Toy Story 5 is a safer bet than anything new. The studios aren't dumb. The odds of an original animated movie making more in the short term than Toy Story 5 or any of these sequels is tiny. I mean, 13 out of the top 15. Right.
It is, but them studios, they gotta take that risk. They gotta take that risk, and mind you, they better produce a good trailer. The trailers these people be putting out nowadays are garbage, but they gotta take that risk, boy. Y'all be scared.
IP, and the budgets make it even more complicated. A modern Hollywood animated film costs between $100 and $350 million to make and market. At that scale, you can't really afford to make something that only some people want to see. You're forced to capture as many people as possible. Parents, grandparents, children, international markets. You need a movie that translates universally. Mature, dark, totally specific storytelling is by definition a way narrower proposition than broad family entertainment. And at $200 million a movie, which is where Disney, DreamWorks, and Pixar operate, speaking precisely to fewer people is a financial catastrophe waiting to happen. So as the budgets have gone up over the past 20 years, the movies had to get safer, because mathematically, that's the only choice they have. Apart from obviously lowering the budgets, which is fewer people, is a financial catastrophe waiting to happen. So as the budgets have gone up over the past 20 years, the movies had to get safer, because mathematically, that's the only choice they have.
What kids you know finna talk about a safe movie? The whole movie just been happy, sunshine, rainbows, skipping, frolicking. Ain't no kid finna go back to school the next day and talk about that garbage. You know what I'm saying? We need that dark stuff, man. Lose money, it's fine.
Obviously lowering the budgets, which is also why a lot of the more mature, darker animation has been going to streaming, because the economics work way better. And then there's the third force. See, darkness is unquantifiable. You can't test it cleanly. You can't put it in a formula. You can't point to a guaranteed blueprint for making it work. It's inherently risky. And in a test screening with a room full of families, the dark scene almost always tests badly, so it gets cut. The ambiguous ending tests badly, so it gets resolved. The morally complicated villain tests badly, so he becomes like just a bad guy. 100 small decisions made by rational people protecting their jobs, and the movie that comes out at the other end is unrecognizable from the one that got greenlit. Executives don't get fired for making an expensive mediocrity. They get fired for making an expensive failure, obviously, so the rational personal incentive is always the same. Greenlight the safe idea, soften those dark scenes, individual decisions that are each completely logical, producing a collective outcome that is ridiculously, creatively bankrupt. Here's the real problem though. When studios baby us, we lose the art form's greatest advantage. Animation can go places live action can't. It can make the internal visible. The visual language of animation is
Boy, that scene right there, boy. Oh man, brought back memories.
uniquely, extraordinarily equipped to handle emotional complexity. And Hollywood has decided to use that language primarily to make talking animals say funny things. This isn't a criticism of family movies though. Some of them are amazing, obviously. But when an entire medium gets reduced to one register,
What is this?
us animation fans lose a lot. Because at the end of the day, Hollywood is still Hollywood. And although it isn't the end-all, be-all, it's one of the largest and most influential cinematic spaces in the world, with some of the biggest studios. And the window for Hollywood to course correct is getting pretty small. People are no longer forced to watch whatever is on TV and in the cinemas. We have options that did not exist 20 years ago. We can find ambitious animation anywhere. If the major studios don't adapt in the next couple of years, they risk becoming something depressing. Legacy brands coasting on the nostalgia of 20 years ago while the actual future of animation gets built elsewhere. And that's already happening with all the sequels being made. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is almost 30 years old. The Prince of Egypt is 27. The Iron Giant is 26. We've been waiting a long
Well, that makes sense.
long time for Hollywood to make something that trusts us with more maturity and boldness the way those movies did. Because here's the thing, you don't forget what it feels like to sit in a cinema and have an animated movie treat you like an adult, like someone capable of sitting with something complicated, something unresolved, something that requires a little bit of interpretation and thought.
Hey, is that it? Hold on. Hey, great YouTube vid, boy. Hey, sub. Got a sub. Boy got 51.4K. He deserve more. I don't Vosco sub up to him. This is a good channel right here, boy. Hold on. Let me end the recording. Hold on. I gotta watch Daredevil. Boy, hey, this man went crazy just now. Nah, you good? Why you hating on him, man? Just sub up to my boy. Know what I'm saying? Don't act like his commentary was bad. Nah, boy. He set the vibe up right. Know what I'm saying? What is that? Hold on. Is she throwing that thing back on Twitch? I'm a black brother might have to peep real quick. Y'all boys give me like 5 seconds. No. She's not. His commentary cool. Man, he set that vibe up right, boy. You a hater. And that's fine. I taught you well. Know what I'm saying? Black brother taught. Oh. I gotta end on I don't give me 3 minutes. Let me find something quick. Cause I want to make my YouTube short live an hour. So yeah. Almost 2 minutes. Let's just watch this for like 2 minutes. Yeah.
The Dallas Mavericks are hiring a new lead basketball executive, and it is certainly a familiar name for people who follow the NBA. It is Masai Ujiri.
What did Masai mean to this franchise?
Everything. There's nothing short of legendary what he's done for the country of Canada. All the players, the coaches, they all loved him.
In the summer of 2018, a man walked into a room and made a decision that every person around him thought was crazy. He traded the most beloved player in franchise history, the all-time leading scorer, the guy who had been loyal to the organization for 9 years, for a player who had barely suited up for the previous season, who was dealing with a mysterious injury that nobody fully understood, and who had already told the entire world that he wanted to play in Los Angeles.
Hey, I'm glad I just clicked on that vid. The only reason Kawhi didn't sign with us is because Magic Johnson. Kawhi told Magic Johnson, don't put it in no headlines that I'm finna sign. Magic Johnson yapped his big head off. His big mouth off. I'm not gonna lie to you. We could have had Kawhi. Mind you, a healthy Kawhi too, because boy, 1 year on the Raptors, he won a ring. We would have had Kawhi and Bron. Kawhi and Bron. With the Lakers' young core. What? Hey, we would have been so dangerous. Mind you, Brook Lopez was still on the team. He was just starting to shoot the ball too.
Toronto, Los Angeles. Everyone said it was reckless.
Now you're getting Kawhi Leonard. He's unhappy with his move. You're basically renting him for 1 season. It's just a bad move and a very high risk, I think, for the Toronto Raptors.
20 seconds.
DeMar DeRozan was told by Raptors brass that we're not going to trade you, and they turn around and do that exact opposite thing. Hell, it sends a message that has clearly been received around the league that the Raptors may not be the people you want to be doing business with.
Kawhi is better than DeMar DeRozan, but can you keep him there? If I'm Toronto, I think I could do a whole lot better. If I don't think I can get...
Man got that little radio voice, man. I'm kind of jealous.